What is up, guys? Welcome back to Rave Green TV. Boys, emergency video, emergency conversation. The news broke last night. The Sounders might be for sale. And before I get into this, before we look at some articles, before we see all the reporting, boys, if you're enjoying the channel, you're enjoying the live streams, the push for the playoffs, don't forget to drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to join the page. If you want to become a member, you'll get plenty of perks. Any of your comments on the streams will get brought up. You get some fun emojis. But let's cut to the chase, boys. The Sounders might be for sale. Let's bring this up. Sounders looking to sell first major stake since 2009, since joining the league. Sportico just broke this news last night. The Sounders might be for sale. And at first, we saw our tweet, Brody's initial reaction, if that boosts our transfer budget, this could be a huge win for the Sounders. I mean, bringing some more money into the fold. You see some of these big names. The club announced that they're okay with it being an individual or with it being a group. And that could be big news for the Sounders, meaning some big names coming in, some spending finally on this roster, some big spending. But if you read more into it, this initial article released right here towards the top, first real paragraph. This could include a new soccer-specific stadium at its Long Acres development. Fans are not happy about that. I'm seeing all over Twitter, just not good, boys. There's definitely a group of fans that have been wanting a soccer-specific stadium, and obviously in an ideal world, the Sounders would have a great soccer-specific stadium. Some fans want a covered stadium with the MLS going to that European schedule, possibly post-World Cup. In an ideal world, we would have a soccer-specific, possibly covered stadium. But ideally in Seattle. Long Acres is not Seattle. For those of you that don't know, that's the Sounders training facility. It's in Renton, not in Seattle. And I think that is just a formula for failure for the Sounders. Getting to the games right now is so convenient, whether it be the train. There's multiple trains going in and out of the stadium. They literally have a stop called Stadium. It's right off I-5. There's plenty of parking, obviously, being in downtown Seattle. Even the foot traffic from being in Seattle, the apartments, walking distance from Pike Place. March of the Match is perfect from Occidental. There's way too many formulas as to why the Sounders have been able to thrive in Lumen Field in this environment. I know it's not ideal sharing a stadium, but the value of being in the city is so big. And I think that taking that away would be way more harmful than helpful. It'd be way more of a challenge to get to the games. Me personally, I would much rather it stay at Lumen. I don't want to go out to Renton. I don't want to change my routine that I've had since 2009. I don't want to change all these things. And it just seems like there's so many obstacles for fans getting to the games in Renton compared to the trip in Seattle. Obviously, we will see some fans who it will be easier for some people. If you live south, if you live in Tacoma, it might be a little bit easier to get to Long Acres compared to Lumen Field. But the consensus idea that I'm seeing online is this is not what the fans want to see. And so we'll have to, obviously this is early in the situation, but I don't think fans are happy to see this. And so obviously Sounders, a big club, we go farther in the article, 7th ranked team in terms of value, in terms of all these factors in the MLS. The Sounders are a huge team, right? But what's interesting and what kind of sparks this conversation, you read the first sentence in this paragraph. Though the team plays in an NFL stadium, a challenge for many MLS clubs over the league's history, yet, as it mentions, we still have the second highest attendance. You see this from World Football Net. Shout out Sportico for the article. Of course, they're the ones that first broke this story. But boys, the mention is about the problems that come with being in an NFL stadium. Yet, of the 5 teams in NFL stadiums, we don't include the Yankees or the NYCFC playing at Yankee Stadium. Who's at the top of this list? NFL stadium, NFL stadium, NFL stadium, college football stadium. Yes, in an ideal world, for most of the MLS, it is ideal to have a soccer-specific stadium. It does build a better atmosphere. But the Sounders, Atlanta United, we're a little bit different. I think that it would be detrimental to the Sounders to go build. Obviously, if we can go build a 50,000-seat MLS-specific stadium, I think that'd be cool. High 40s. But if we're going to go build a stadium that's the size of much of these average soccer-specific stadiums in the U.S., I think that doesn't really make it worth moving out to Renton. The Sounders have proven, as you can see from that chart, 30,000 fans in the current Lumen setup still creates a great atmosphere. When they cover the top bowl, it still makes a great viewing experience for the fans. It's one of the most famous stadiums in the MLS, one of the most well-known places. It was one of the first stadiums to go into FIFA. There's a reason for that. And on top of that, we've seen it time and time again. When the big games happen, the city of Seattle shows up and we pack that stadium. We saw it for Miami. We saw it for when we won CONCACAF. We saw it for MLS Cup against Toronto. Having the ability to pack out a stadium like that for a big game, I think is such a slept on advantage the Sounders have. And we would lose that. We would lose that if we were to move out to Long Acres. A lot of the benefits I'm seeing from us moving would not be cool. Talk about the price of parking. There'd also be more people having to drive because it's not as convenient to hop on the train to get to the game. There's not as much foot traffic. I think the Sounders actually have a pretty good situation going on, all things considered, for the situation they have. And if they can find a way to build a stadium they're talking about and put it in downtown Seattle, I'd probably be a lot more open to it. But the fact that it's going at Long Acres out in Renton, I hate the idea. I'm against it. RGTV official, boom, stamp of unapproval, denied, not fans. Now, the plans might come out. There might be some mastermind plan that my tiny brain cannot wrap around in terms of how they can make it convenient to go. Maybe it'll be the coolest stadium ever. I mean, like I said, Hanauer was seen at a Mariners game with the owner of the Clippers, and they got a pretty cool stadium. They're willing to splash some cash. And I mean, there's plenty of trees here in Washington. Maybe we can just, you know, go give Mbappe like a good tree endorsement deal and get him in a Sounders jersey. If that happens, okay, I'll ignore how annoying the stadium is and I'll shut up. But I don't see that happening. Boys, what do you think? What's your opinions on the new ownership? Obviously, we get more money in our pocket. There will be benefits. I'm not saying new ownership's a problem. I'm saying that the initial idea of this stadium is a problem. But boys, drop in the comments. Leave your thoughts. One, thoughts on new ownership group, thoughts on moving a stadium, and thoughts on moving a stadium to Long Acres. But for now, I'll quit ranting. I'll let you guys move on. If you enjoyed this video, if you're enjoying everything going on with the channel, leave a like, subscribe. Like I said, join the page, become a member. You'll get tons of fun perks. Hopefully, we have lots more videos coming as the Sounders push through the playoffs. Hopefully, Monday night goes good. I don't know when this will be out, but boys, I'll see you later.